Sketch 185, SKECH 185, no T.
Okay. All right. Who were some of your influences growing up? Your favorite albums?
Shit. It's a lot. Let's see. Like Water for Chocolate, random thrown out, but literally, actually, fuck that one. Company Flow, Funk Crusher Plus, Cold Bane, Cannibal Ox. I guess common shit, Resurrection if I was gonna pick one. Wu-Tang Forever, which bottom rung, you know, like the more crazy abstract shit. Take Home Test is what, you know, was crazy for me. The Kid, Pawn Shop, Quill, Walk Through Walls, Quasar. A lot of shit. Like those are the ones that always stand out.
Who's the best rapper of all time in your opinion?
Shit, there ain't one.
There ain't one?
Nope.
Why you say that?
No, because like anytime you try to make a top MC, there's somebody better in some form or facet. There are guys who are really good in terms of encompassing certain elements.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's somebody like people go Jay. No, because Pharaoh beats him in a lot of categories. But Jay has flavor. He has more flavor than other guys. And you could go Rakim, and that's great. But Kane got him on this.
Yeah.
And at one point, Vast there from Canox was the best rapper around. You know what I'm saying? And that was for 1 year. Then things switched. You know, and that's my opinion, you know. But, you know, so, no, there isn't a greatest rapper all time. Hopefully one day it'll be me on somebody's list.
All right. So, what sets you and Tomorrow Kings apart from, like, Chicago rap groups or just anyone?
I mean, like, you kind of focus yourself on Chicago in certain respects, but not really. We just have our own approach, you know. We've spent, you know, 10 years, you know, and not like we're super old. It's just since we were young. Yeah. We spent this time, you know, I said super old. We spent this time, you know, developing our styles and developing our approach and how our walk of life, you know, come together and create that. So just our general approach. We choose different ways to write our rhymes, choose different types of beats, different type of performance, something that's very particular to us. And it's hard to describe. I just say you'd have to really listen to it. You know, then you get to flesh it out yourself.
Okay. Your name and where you're from?
Go by I.B.Focus, I.B.Focus from the south side of Chicago.
Okay. All right, a thin question for him. What's like some of your influences and favorite albums of all time?
I was a real big Pharoah Monch head, so Internal Affairs, Atmosphere, Lucid Ford, Overcast, even Far Side, Dr. Octagon, Binary Star.
How'd you come up with your name?
Man, well, you know, a lot of MCs go through a lot of names. And at the point of I.B.Focus, it was actually me just like always having, you know, writing notebooks full of notebooks. I had one name, and my guy, somebody asked me what my name was, and he looked at the title of a verse that I did, and I just put a random title and said I.V.Focus, I.B.Focus, and he was like, man, you should use that shit. And then like ever since it kind of stuck, but then, you know, it kind of adapted to, you know, how I was and how I was always focused on shit. And also I kind of related to like, you know, my third eye being focused, so that's kind of like third eye, I.B. Focus.
What do you feel the current state of hip hop is?
The current state of hip hop.
I don't gotta change it.
You know what, man? It's so many point of views of the current state of hip hop. I feel it's actually like to quote Mos Def on the first record on Black on Both Sides. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hip hop is us. Hip hop is where we are. Hip hop is what we're going through. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of situations. I guess with me, I was fortunate to be with other cats in the culture that really took it serious. And then you got other cats that, you know, just start writing yesterday. So it's like, you know, I could be like, you know, hip hop dead, or, you know, I could say hip hop, man, it's whack as hell because, you know, it ain't enough good MCs. But, you know, I just feel the state of hip hop right now it's confused in the public eye. You know what I mean? But I think it still is always evolving, whether we want to recognize that.
What's your name and where you're from?
My name is Lamont Manuel.
of Tomorrow Kings and Frank McIntyre. From Chicago, South Side. Spent a lot of time on the West Side, but growing up on the South Side.
So when did you first start rapping?
I started rapping when I was like 16. A lot of my friends in high school rapped, and I just kind of hung out with them for like a year or two, and just, you know, listen to them cipher and listen to them share writtens, and the few people who were recording music back then, like, listen to some of their stuff, and was just around it listening for a while. And like, I was like washing the dishes one day and I was like, started getting rhymes, and I was like, well, I guess I'll write some of these down, and then share them with them, and you know, 10 years later, this is what's going on.
Yeah, I know. All right, now your views on the current state of hip hop.
Current state of hip hop, ultimately, I would say is like what Mos Def said. You know, if you want to know about the current state of hip hop, look at the current state of the people, specifically people of color, because we still dictate the trends and what goes on in hip hop more than we realize. Even if we aren't the ones giving it the most money directly, we're the ones who our identity is what's being sold, or the idea of our identity is what's being sold. And so, I mean, there's a lot of positive things going on. There's a lot of negative shit going on. The biggest problem with hip hop is that it's a business more than it is an art for most people involved in it. You know, you got people who are investing millions of dollars into it that don't know or care anything about the art, and that's sort of fine. But at the same time, like, you have to answer to them if you're in business with them. So that, you know, that affects what kind of music people make. That affects what gets sold, what gets played on the radio. Like, people don't realize how strict the radio and things like that are. You can't just play whatever you want. Like, it's, you know, playlists and all that. Clear Channel, shout out to them. All that good stuff.
What's your name and where are you from?
I'm Colossal Structure, from the South Side of Chicago, Shadow.
When did you start rapping?
I started rapping. I started writing, like messing around with writing, like 5th grade, which is a long time ago for me.
But then, like, when did it go from just like poetry and spoken word to like this is like
rapping?
Yeah.
High school, definitely like freshman year of high school. I didn't do any battles too tough, but I was definitely rapping to other classmates and whatnot, trying to impress folks. Then I met up with my boy Ivy Focus in high school.
All right. I like your name. So how'd you come up with that name?
That name, I wasn't high. I might have been tipsy though, but I'm just thinking about like tall, like really big structures, like buildings and whatever. I was like, I'm a tall guy. I'm over 6 feet, so I'm like, I like the name. I like the word colossal, and I like I'll spell it soul, SOUL.
Oh, okay.
Because I like I sing a little bit. I wouldn't say I'm a music soul child or a usher, but I definitely have a natural gift for singing, so I'll do the soul thing.
What was your last question? What do you feel that the fit of hip hop is?
I think it's kind of all over the place right now. Just kind of in sections. It's like the dudes who got bullied in high school, grew up and kind of dressed really well, so they make like, you know, kind of like, I don't know, like I'm a nerd, but I make it look cool kind of thing. Kind of like, I don't want to necessarily name any names, but like Kendrick Lamar, maybe. Like Lupe was kind of in that.
Yeah,
it's like I can dress well, but I can also rap good. I'm a nerd. You know, it's okay to be nerdy, but cool and shit. And there's still dudes who make the gangster, kind of like Gibbs. He's a new dude coming out, so I'm still talking like rough shit. What's his face? J-Rock. You know what I mean? It's all over the place, though. I kind of like it, though. I mean, hip hop was made to evolve, and it was created for it to keep going, keep switching up, and go here and go there.
All right. So introduce yourself and where you're from.
My name is DJ Senile, from Chicago, west side of Chicago.
All right. When did you start DJing?
I started DJing roughly around like 2000, like 13, 14.
How'd you first start working with Tomorrow Kings?
I started working with Tomorrow Kings through Gyroscope. I started doing some shows at the basement.
Oh yeah.
Called Sessions. I was doing every last Friday or every other Friday, and I had to book a show. And they were one of the cats that I had hit up. I was like, yo, I'm putting together a show. You guys wanna, you wanna be down to do the show? They came through, and then they were like, yo, we want you to be our DJ. And I was like, cool, I'll let you know. And then once I became part of Yarbrough and went to meet up with them, they're like, yo, we're having a meeting with a whole bunch of other cats, and we got together that day. And we're like, yo, this is Tomorrow Kings. You want to be a part of it? And that's pretty much how I became part of Tomorrow Kings.
All right. So then, last question: what do you feel that current state of hip hop is?
The current state of hip hop for me is like all over the place because like everybody's all over the place. Like if you look at the current state of hip hop in the United States, you just got to look at what's in the commercial side of things and what's not in the commercial side of things, like underground versus mainstream. And to me, it's a difference between the two because I just got introduced to some cat on YouTube called No Emotion that I've never heard before. Some of the cats TK know about him. His shit was pretty ill. And then I listened to like either Lil Wayne or anybody else's stuff, and it's like, you know, there's goods on both sides. You just gotta find out what it is.
Witness the androgynous, beautiful people, self-sulling for picture purpose, otherworldly yet present surface, seen burdened only by us. A cell-shaded shepherd, fairy face painting, grace the stage, tainted, surfing dark waves at nauseam, still common enough to be famous, flash the iconic jar, mouth transplant, boutique, matrix. When the sipper beats RT, hardly honest lips can even say it. Photo spread reflection says she survived the war with tattoo-shaped scars, kitchen day job, all too familiar coast to serve ubiquitous cast. I love you for the way you loving me on camera. I fuck you for the way the camera loves you standing. Jordan years, throwing puppets, polishing strings, stiff Barbie army, stone face happy. God bless them all. Theater for the cool. Contrapostal pose of Yarbrough, Maryland. Part of Monster Virtual in the Circle Culture Volume 10. First Wave White Wars. First name Small Town. Soundtrack Sundance selected. The entire audience on stage has all the DJ's records.
Sticks, liquor, sweat, a lens lick, printing press, flicker, flash, romantic cancer, feast of cake and cigarettes. The bends are just a bender. When your trends are stitching hitch to flesh, we are what we art. Carved, starved to silhouettes, all needs fixed and coarse and quick. The vainest vein endorses it. So close-ups, crop clip wings, and nothings make a course of it. Abortion, forged immortals, dipped in stained glass and born again. I manufacture rats of vapid flag atop this orphanage, pose golden. No pony never saw me stoned and blank. Swearing Midas and Medusa squared off to mold my fate. Faint faith, change way, but it charms my sober snakes. We dance and fuck on syringes to harden armor, poker face. Chaining anti-imperfection, lightning strikes and vodka bottles. Till every girl hears a rockabilly alt porn model or fashion major of my dreams. Sewing angels' wings to aphids, reaping black friend ratios to lowest expectations.
So eager to wake, face illuminated, copycat. The sake for being different is like poison in this bottle cap. Here's your shot. Papa Willie gritty if you ask me that. Passive aggressive, it's cool, don't bother, y'all swallow that. Accent center for gold, starstruck with a hollow cap. You're better off blowing up with dynamite in your knapsack. I'm sleeping like a rock, block the props like I follow that. As long as you can fit my whole ego through that nozzle black. Looking for a place to live, give you what I offer, Jack. The coffin cracks, leaks enough oxygen, a tunnel back. All the elements to make me something when I'm nothing. That's the sweetest thing, to getting pussy, spreading 60 seconds flat, running laps, moving with rusted ankles and dusty gaps, pointing no return, unconcerned. I yearn to hustle trapped. It's a puzzle, yes, but the earth's a pile of trash. Ask myself who's dying, epitaph states I miss the past.
Must be glow, mother on a truck ego, butter in my butt we toast, lucky go, coming from a bumpy toe, stomach on a lovely roast, nose, something like a dusty roll, bow, so ugly pose, I don't know what we told, nigga want see, but they gon' love me, yo. Run a couple subty shows, get bubbly with a bunch of clumsy hoes. They so hungry, so I feed them lunch meat and all the ones we own. Roll to the country junkies, pump me till I'm on chunky swole. Used to be on Front Street, 1 deep, 900 deep, can't touch me, no. 2010, puffy, monkey, bungee, core gonna plunge me some feet to the snatchback, that's that, take it from me, everything leave 1-0. More money, more from me, gone. They want from me what I don't be on. Everybody's favorite, famous, stuck Negro, come hug me, mo. Touch me or fuck me slow. Punch me when your money low. I can solve y'all problems, watch them disappear once y'all rub me. Oh, I make you love me, hate to love me. Take this drug, people. We make us dummy on this love seat. Just be comfy, folks.
In blank, swearing Midas and Medusa squared off to mold my fate. Faint faith, change way, but it charms my sober snake. So, fuck. I'll start over.
Better off blowing up with dynamite in your knapsack. I'm sleeping like a rock. Flock rock to my bad.